Konnichiwa, minasan. It is I, Sephiroth Sword 57. And I am doing a little live stream for you today. We're gonna be hanging out and talking about, well, whatever comes to mind. Now, I noticed that my microphone is it's peaking a lot. How's the audio for you swordlings? Goku-san! Konnichiwa! And welcome. Ritten-san, konnichiwa! Now, like as always, I am live on both Twitch and YouTube. So, I will keep an eye out. Why is this? It says it's unstable on Twitch. I don't know what that means. Is anyone on Twitch there? Oh, it's fine now. Okay. Well, minasan, let me know how the audio is. I'm curious to know because of I don't know why. I guess because I had to reposition my microphone the other day. I had to deal with some, I had to say some things with the microphone right here. So let me know if it's peaking or not. Koke-san, konnichiwa. Pango-san, konnichiwa. And welcome to the Sephiroth Sword 57 stream. Fighting Streamers 2 single player. The sequel to Fighting Streamers, my original stream show. So yes, we're just going to be, talking. There's some interesting topics that have happened the last week or so. Audio's not bad, but it's quite different than usual. How is it different? Is it because I'm closer to the microphone? Is my voice... Like I said, it's not bad, at least. Well... Oh, I almost forgot. Here it is. My bokken I have with me. Just in case there are criminals who gonna try and attack me during the stream. Phineas-san, yokoso. Hope your week was super sugoi. It was, definitely. Next Saturday, I'm going to fly to Japan. Oh, Pip-Pip-san, arigatou gozaimasu. Konnichiwa to you, Kona-san. Well, Goku-san, so you're going to Japan, finally. Well, I hope you have a great time in the best country in the world. I'm sure you will. Yes, I wish I could go. But with my current situation, that's not possible. How has the forklift job been? Well, I am used to it, so it's fine, but it's taking up too much of my free time than I would have liked. I'm sure you Swordlings can understand. I want to focus on YouTube and on all my other stuff, on art, on playing JRPGs, watching anime, and stuff like that. I don't want to work all day. I wanna focus on my craft, my art, my martial arts. Unfortunately, but I don't really have a lot of time. I have to do the best I can. Konnichiwa, Seph-sama. I am very new to your content and you're very interesting to watch. Thank you for making my day. Well, Pipi-san, yokoso to the Swordling clan. I'm sure you will have a great time. So yes, my forklift job has been as expected. It's been fine. I've been doing forklift jobs since I was 18. So, which is almost next year. It would be 20 years. So I have been doing it for a while. What is your favorite anime at the moment, Seph-sama? Well, the one that I am watching right now, that I'm enjoying immensely, is Mushoku Tensei. And I've been watching it every week. Isn't there a new episode today? I believe there is. Are you caught up on One Piece, Seph-sama? No, I'm not caught up. I have been reading the manga. I am a One Piece manga reader. But I am going to be reading more once I have the time for it. It is a very good manga. Momi-san, yokoso. But Seph-sama, I thought you said Twitch didn't allow you to stream to YouTube at the same time. Well, they didn't at first. But I've been looking around and it seems it's fine to, it's not, well, if you're a partner on Twitch, you can't do that. You can only stream on Twitch if you're a partner. But I'm not a partner, I'm an affiliate on Twitch. So I am using both YouTube and Twitch at the moment, and depending on which platform has the most interaction after streaming for a while, that would be the one I go with. That's what I've decided. So, from what it looks like now, YouTube is the one winning. Hey Seph-sama, do you know any underrated anime that you can recommend to me? Well, underrated? There are a lot of really good anime. My favorite anime of all time is Naruto. I know, it's pretty old, but there is a 20th anniversary coming out next month, which will be a great way for you to watch Naruto for the first time. It is, well, it's over, it has been going for a long time. So you might want to check it out. A lot of people have have actually not watched some of the older anime out there. That is a great underrated one. If not, I would suggest that you go and watch Hokuto no Ken or Dragon Ball. That's also a classic that people, well, the only people that talk about it are people who watched it back in the day. And by the way, if you're going to watch Dragon Ball, I have been seeing people on Twitter or gomenasai, I mean X, who are saying that people they keep talking about the English voice acting and do not watch Dragon Ball in English. You're ruining yourself because they changed the names of the characters and make the names nowhere close to what they are in the manga or the original Japanese anime. So watch the original language like you should. Don't waste your time on dubbing, which is made by a bunch of Americans trying to take the property for themselves. Just a little tip for all of you. Yes, Krillin. They called Krillin in English, I believe. What is your opinion on Bleach? It's a Super Sugoi anime and manga from, I believe it was from 2004. And you should go and check it out. They actually are doing, they're doing the anime right now. They're gonna finish up the manga, hopefully. And since the anime is so successful, maybe Kubo Tite could get back to making the manga and continue it. That would be great. Hi, good choice. Yes, go and watch those in Japanese. Absolutely. As it should be. Now let's see here. I never watched anime when I was young and ended up missing Naruto. Well, this is a great chance for you to enjoy this great, amazing anime and manga by Masashi Kishimoto. You should go and check it out. Are you rewatching it now? Good. Yes, Bleach is a classic. It's a classic shonen anime. New Toho game was released today. I had a blast playing that game. I can recommend. I especially like new character Zombitten. She is a Goku, but in Toho world. Wow, I have not heard of that character. What is the name of the new Toho game, Goku-san? Yoshu-san, konnichiwa. Video games I've been interested in recently. Not a whole lot. I have to admit, my swordlings, I haven't been able to play a lot of video games. I've been too busy with work. So right now, I am making videos and I'm going to be focusing as much as I can on videos and on the Patreon, just so that maybe I can get some more free time to make content. So, for anyone who wants to support the channel and can support the channel, I very much appreciate you liking the videos or maybe even support me on Patreon. there should be a link in the description if you're interested. There's going to be some exclusive content on there soon. And for those of you swordlings who are worried, they aren't any big things. There not gonna be any reviews or any of my big content that I've made in the past that are usually up on the channel. Not all the big projects that I have, like covers, reviews, well, episodes, they will be on the channel as always. And the exclusive stuff, the smaller exclusive stuff, will mostly be things like drawings. There's going to be some videos where I talk about some past events, learning some Japanese. I have tried doing that on the main channel for a while. There's been a few videos and they don't really go anywhere. Not a lot of swordlings watch them, and only the true hardcore super swordlings are interested in them. So those type of videos that are not suited for the channel will be going up on the Patreon. That's the goal at the moment. Oh, arigato, Pomi-san. Yes, if you are on Twitch, go check out that link. Toho 19, Unfinished Dream, of All Living Ghosts. I have heard of that name. That sounds familiar. I might have heard of them on a previous stream. I need to look into Toho when I have some time as well. Oh, there's so many great Japanese things that I have not experienced yet. Even I haven't experienced everything yet, my swordlings. There's just so much great stuff out there. Ohayo, Seph-sama. Your latest video on the history of Japan was Super Sugoi. In your expert opinion, do you think the world would be a better place if Japan and its allies... I'm not gonna talk about that. Keep up the good work, Seph. Hope Shadow is doing well. Well, I guess we have to wait and see. I believe that Shadow is safe out there somewhere. But we will have to wait and see. Oh, arigato, Omi-san. That's great. Yes, that's a compilation of... I believe if it's a compilation, it's probably Topic Corner of Culture, which was a previous show that I had. And yes, that will go. That is the type of video that I'm going to be releasing on the Patreon. Notan, what am I holding? I am holding my boken. I'm keeping this close to me at the moment so that I don't have to worry if there's anyone trying to invade my home while I'm streaming like this. Now, previously on the stream, it was mentioned that the audio sounds good, but it sounds different than usual. What do you swordlings feel the same? For those of you who have been here earlier, you would surely defeat any invader. Well, I have a lot of past with martial arts, karate, judo, kenjutsu, aikido, and a lot more. So yes, most likely, just objectively speaking, they wouldn't stand a chance. Especially since I have my boken with me. So yes. Yes, I don't need a weapon. But using my Boken is actually less lethal. Because I personally believe that I have a great amount of chakra in my body that is stored. And I can, during intense moments, I can... there are moments where I could accidentally hurt someone. So having my Boken as an extension of my body to use for fighting off enemies is a great way to knock them out, but also not hurting them. I don't know what kind of powers I would unleash if I'm to be disrupted or be in a situation where I have to defend myself. That's why I am worried for their safety. John Wick uses a gun that is baka. Seph has honor. Those are those violent movies, American movies, right? I'm not watching those. Yes, that is something that I don't want to be. Don't want to do. I don't want to use any kind of firearms or anything like that. Seph-sama, I just recently completed Like a Dragon Zero. It was a Sugoi experience with superior Japanese game design. My favorite character is Koro Majima. Who is yours in the Like a Dragon series? Well, Kazuma Kiryu is of course such a great character, right? It's hard not to like. Of course, Majima-san is really great as well. I think all the characters are great in the series. Now, there are many great characters that are introduced later. Sajima is one that's really great. I will say that Kiryu is definitely up there among my favorites. I'm partial toward Ichiban myself. Ichiban is great, yes. I didn't want to mention too many later characters in case it would be spoilers for anyone. The talk of using a Boken reminds me of Twilight Shizuka from Outlaw Star. Great anime. Who uses it as a primary weapon. Yes, that's a great anime that got overlooked a lot at the time. I believe some people like to compare it to the Cowboy Bebop anime, and in comparison, Outlaw Star outclasses it in every way. Cowboy Bebop is an anime that uses a lot of Western influence, which is probably why a lot of Westerners like it. There's even Westerners that say, I don't like anime, but I like Cowboy Bebop, which is a red flag. Those are not people you want to engage with. They are the kind of people who want to destroy anime and make it into something Western. Be careful of those people. That is a very good opinion, Seph-sama. Kiryu-san is Super Sugoi and is a modern-day samurai. Yes, that is what most people like to call him. It's true. I've always been a huge fan, but this is the first time I've actually caught you streaming. I'm thrilled. Claudia-san, yokoso to the stream. Arigato. And arigato for supporting my channel for so long. Yes, I am active on quite a few platforms at the moment. I have been doing a lot of posts on X, which was previously Twitter, and there's a lot of people there. I passed 2,000 followers there recently, so the growth there has been pretty big. And of course I am mainly on YouTube. These Twitch streams are also going on YouTube for those who are wondering, but anyone who's watching on Twitch, arigato. It is you can use the platform as much as you want. The only issue that some people have mentioned is that the audience gets split in half, which is true. But at this point, I want to focus on the platform, as many of the platforms as possible. So don't be afraid to comment in chat if you are on Twitch as well. You can go ahead. No ads. Skip ad. I can't click skip ads. Is it the same? Whatever. Okay, so another thing is the last video that I made. Now, I don't do a lot of reaction content, but I have been asked to do Japanese videos on the channel for quite a while. And that is a video that has come up a few times. That the one... Now, I thought it was gonna be more interesting than it was. It was really boring. You couldn't keep up with it. It was too fast. He skipped over really cool information and details about Japanese history. I mean, come on. He didn't even include Musashi. What kind of... It's one of the most important people in Japanese history and they don't mention him at all? Strange video. Not very good. Which is why I've thought, it would be great to do a video on Japanese history. So that people can get a proper video. Do your swordlings agree? I have been thinking about this for quite a while. It would be quite the undertaking, but I think it would be great. Do you think you could defeat Kiryu-san in an honorable unarmed duel? I think you have superior form and coordination, Seph-sama, but Kiryu-san might have superior strength. He is very muscular. He is, but you have to remember that Kiryu-san, and this goes for all video game, anime, manga characters, they only have access to their universe, and their universe's attacks and special moves and powers. Meanwhile, I can take inspiration from all of them, including the Like a Dragon series, which means that I have an advantage and would win the fight. since I can use I can use a combination of moves from Naruto, from Dragon Ball, from Boku no Hero Academia, from, well, anything really. And I could easily beat him with those. So, well, the answer is me. I have more advantage, and also I have trained martial arts. Which Kiryu, he has his own style that isn't really, well, proper martial arts. It's more of a street fight combined with some other stuff. I have more experience, I would say. Besides yourself, which other Japanese expert do you respect most? Besides myself, well, I don't really have one. My only senseis are Japanese people who have taught me a lot over the years. There aren't any Westerners that could have taught me anything great. And I know, and I haven't met a single one. I went to dojos, both karate and judo dojos before I was banned. And they don't know anything about, and they don't know anything about Japanese culture. They don't even know anything about the martial art that they practice and teach. Which, by the way, they don't teach proper martial arts. It's just baby versions of martial arts. It's an insult to Japanese culture to see these Westerners pretending that they know martial arts. Anyway. Comment aside for the rant, but it does makes me, it really upsets me. I have been debating whether or not to read Vagabond. Would you recommend this manga, Seph-sama? Absolutely, it's great. You should go and read it. It is a samurai manga, and you should read it, all of you. It goes over some great things about samurai and people of that type of era. You're going to enjoy it. I've recently been thinking of playing Persona 5. Would you say it'll be worth my time? Of course! All JRPGs that aren't made by Nintendo, of course, are worth your time. You should go and check out Persona 5 because it's made by Atlus, who has made some of the best JRPGs in modern times. So yes, go play it if you haven't. And when you're done, you should check out Persona 3 FES and Persona 4 Golden. So go do that. And make sure that there are many different versions of Persona 1 and Persona 2 as well. I believe that we're going to get proper remakes of those soon as well. Are you gonna keep appearing on that Punch Punch Forever show by Speedoru? Well, I don't know for certain, and I can't say anything at the time, but it seems like Speedoru Dono do want to have me on for something, whether it's, I don't know if it is Punch Punch Forever or something else, but that's all I can say. I'm a philosopher who is clueless to the culture of Japan. Who do you think I should learn about when it comes to Japanese philosophy? Easy. There is Oda Nobunaga is one, and there's also Miyamoto Musashi. You should go and read about them. They are also strong warriors and powerful politicians of their time. So, and also you're gonna learn a lot from people like them. Go and read up about them. Hi, Sephiroth Sensei. I would prefer you call me Sephiroth Sword 57, Seph-sama, or similar. You can call me Seph Sensei. That works as well. Just so you know. How are you today? I am doing quite well. I've been awake. I fell asleep during the afternoon. I took a nap, so that's why I'm awake now. And I have no work tomorrow, which means that I can stream at this hour. It is quite late, but that's fine. Seph-sama, my girlfriend and I are going to Japan this fall. What lesser-known foods do you recommend? Well, of course, people are gonna tell you to get sushi, ramen, and the such. There's so many different things you can try. Wagyu would, of course, be amazing. But I would recommend that you go and check out the local gyoza places. I'm sure you've had gyoza before, but probably not restaurant quality. And I would also recommend tsukemen, which is a type of dipping ramen that you can have, which is great. Your content is best king. I don't know what that means, but I'm assuming you're saying it's great. Well, arigato for that. Seph-sama, how long are you able to stay up without any rest? Well, since I meditate a lot, and I have a lot of, energy, and are very skillful, train a lot of martial arts. I have been able to stay awake for 3 days before I had to go and take a nap. That was when I was younger, so now I think I could do probably up to a week with all the skills that I've gained. But since I have work and I need to go to sleep so that I can have more energy in the morning, I usually go to sleep so that I can wake at a great hour, so I have a 9-hour rest. That is my optimal way of living, having good rest, meditate, and eat well, and practice martial arts. Seph-sama, my favorite game and JRPG of all time is The Last Story. Have you heard of it or played it perhaps? If so, what are your thoughts? I know about that game only because it's on a garbage system, and which is why I have not played it. It is a game that is made by a mastermind and an absolute amazing game designer. That's right. It's made by Sakaguchi-san, who has made the best video game franchise in the world, Final Fantasy. Sadly, he was forced to make a game for Nintendo and have to release it on that garbage Wii system. And I have not played the game, and I'm not gonna support anything that was released for Nintendo. And I'm sure Sakaguchi-san would want me to don't want me to play that. It's probably really embarrassing. He probably had to conform to Nintendo's weird ideas of how their game should be handled. So I'm not going to. I don't want to play it, and I don't want to know anything about it. Now, if they release that on a good system, like the PlayStation 5, then we can talk, and they can actually add things that were forced to removed by Nintendo, and then it can become a great game. I'm sure. The English voice acting is very bad. Oh, I bet all English voice acting are terrible. If you're going to play Japanese games, never choose the English option, because it's not chosen by Japanese people, the people who made the game. It is chosen by a bunch of Westerners who also change the game to whatever they want. So you can't trust an English translation. You should consume anything in Japanese. You ever play Sin and Punishment? No, I don't know what that is. How do you feel about the Fire Emblem series? Complete garbage, and a clone of Shining Force for the Sega Mega Drive. It is a game made by Nintendo, so you can expect it to be bad. Nintendo games, just to bring it up again, Nintendo games are really awful. And also they don't care about you. So you shouldn't support them. And they also work with the Yakuza, who are criminals. So be careful of Nintendo and their manipulative games. But to answer your question, would it be better if it was on another system? Well, it would be a completely different game at that point, wouldn't it? At that point, they would probably have to remove everything from it, because Nintendo game design is bad game design. So they would have to improve and change the whole game. And at that point, yes, it would be good. Seph-sama, a streamer called Yaoshi, claimed he could beat you in a fair combat. Do you take him seriously? I don't know who that is. Who is that? Are they in here right now? Show yourself. I will have to judge that for myself. Sin and Punishment is a game made by Treasure. Ah, naruhodo. Well, yes, they are great. Treasure has made some great games in the past. Seph-sama, I've heard rumors that you have a super kawaii Japanese girlfriend who you've met when she became a swordling and made art for you. Any chance she will appear in a video? That would be Sugoi. I don't know where you got that information. No. 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 Seph-sama, what is your favorite old man character in any anime, manga, or JRPG? Jiraiya is what comes to mind, doesn't it? From Naruto. one of my favorite characters. And definitely when it comes to senior characters, is definitely up there. Wouldn't you agree, my swordlings? Oh, we should do a Naruto character tier list. That would be Super Sugoi. Hey, Seph-sama. Oh, Bullen-san. Yes, we only speak we speak English here. But to answer your question, yes, I am from Sweden. I was born and raised in Sweden. But I'm also just as much Japanese as I am Swedish, which is why I will be moving to Japan. When I went there on a vacation a few years ago, I realized, wow, this is my home. This is where I belong. And the Japanese people agree with me. They said it's like they were talking to a Japanese person. That's how I knew that this is where I belong. Whoa, it's the Emperor of Japan. Well, yes, that's me. Yokoso to the stream. Oh, great Master Seph-sama. How do you like being on General Sam's podcast? It was great. It was a great time. That was many years ago now. I wonder what Sam Dono is up to these days. I've gotten that question many times. I've only been on Sam-san's podcast once, but before anyone asks again, yes, I am willing to go on it again if I'm asked. Same with any podcasts or any kind of collaborations. I am open to anything. Whether you're a big channel or a small channel, I am all for it. Tinisse-san, yokoso. Alien Soldier is my personal favorite. Oh, that's a fun one. That's a very cool game. Have you read the classic manga, My Sister is My Mother and My Lover and a Dragon? I heard it is S tier. No, I have not heard of that. I must have missed it. I guess it's pretty good. Then I have to check it out after the stream. Mo-san, Seph-sama, have you played Destiny 2? And if you have, how do you feel about it? Isn't that one of those Western shooty bang bang pistol games with bad gameplay and bad story? Yes, no, I'm not gonna be playing any of that. And yes, it's the only time I would play a game like that is to analyze how bad it is. Which I've done in the past with, for example, Nintendo games. And it is something I do sometimes. If I feel like I can make a video on it. But no, I have not played it. And I probably won't unless it's for a review. If one had to go, would it be Sweden or Japan? Japan, no, Sweden. Because Japan has a superior culture and has anime, manga, and JRPGs. And while I do like my own culture here in Sweden, and it is a nice country, it just doesn't compare to Japan in any way. So if I had to choose any country, it will always be Japan that goes first. Seph-sama, what are your thoughts on current gen anime such as Jujutsu Kaisen and My Hero Academia? They're great. They're Super Sugoi. Now, for someone like me who grew up and was a teenager during the Big Three era, Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece, there is, of course, I know more about them and have seen more of them because I had more time to watch them. Now, if I was like back then, where I didn't have to worry about work and stuff, I could just sit down and watch all of it and enjoy it. It is Super Sugoi. They're great animes overall, and they should be watched. You should watch them if you haven't. But I wish I could watch more of it and read the manga and everything. If invited, would you appear on the next Nintendo Direct? Well, yes, I would, and I would go on there to tell everyone how awful Nintendo games are and how you should not buy any of the games that were shown for a Nintendo system or Nintendo games. What's your favorite game from the Devil May Cry series, Seph-sama? It would either be Devil May Cry 1, Devil May Cry 3, or Devil May Cry 5. Now, all of the games are Super Sugoi, and they're good. A lot of people complain about Devil May Cry 2, but I think that game is pretty good. It is not a bad game, by any means, especially compared to a lot of other action games. But in comparison with all the other Devil May Cry games, of course, it pales in comparison. But it's not a bad game, and I suggest that you certainly give it a shot before you listen to a bunch of people complain about it. Seph-sama, do you play Final Fantasy XIV? Another question I get a lot. I don't. I played Final Fantasy XIV when it was released, the original, and everyone I knew stopped playing, so I didn't have anyone to play with, and we didn't continue. Now I heard it's changed a lot since the original release, so I would like to give it a try again. Do you skip over every Western game, or do you give some highly praised ones a chance? I skip over every Western game, unless people talk about how good they are, and I'm interested to see how good they really are. That's when I like to give them a shot. I did that for the cowboy game that was released a few years ago, and it was awful. It was a complete garbage game. That only thing they had for going for it was the realistic graphics. But even then, the gameplay was awful, and the controls were awful, and the story was slow and boring. And I stopped playing, and I was, wow, so this is what Westerners want? Why does this game get so high praise? Are they easily tricked? It's like how you show a baby a bunch of colors and they are impressed. It's the same concept. Are Westerners like that? I guess so, at least those people. The only Western games that I have enjoyed have been some indie games, because most of them take inspiration from Japanese games. Now, of course, they're not able to reach the same height like a Japanese person would design a game, but they're on their way there, and some of them have some really cool ideas, and they're fun to play. There are a few games like that, like Enter the Gungeon was pretty fun, I think, to play. And I played a game called The Messenger, which was like a classic Sega Mega Drive game, like the Shinobi games, and that was really fun. There are also some other ones, but overall, I just play Japanese games, my shortings. Seph-sama, as a writer, if you could write the story of the next Like a Dragon game, what story do you think you would write? Well, of course, Ichiban would be the main character, and considering that Kiryu-san is also in Like a Dragon 8, that would mean he would also be one of the main characters in the next one. Oh, Silver-san, arigato for the follow. But yes, I would. Oh wow, there's so many things. Since they have been going up. Okay, so here's my idea. So, a little bit of a spoiler, but in the Like a Dragon universe, the Tojo clan has been disbanded. And I think for an upcoming Yakuza game, the main villain would be a newly started Yakuza family and clan have started up. And they become really big and they become the main villain, which Kiryu and Ichiban have to take down together. I think that would be a great idea. Hello, Japan Emperor. What did I miss? Well, you haven't missed too much, Kawaii-san. I have mostly just been sitting here chatting with everyone in here. My Japanese friend loves Western games such as Red Dead Redemption 2. Well, they're probably manipulated by Western media and Westerners around them. They might even have some Western blood in them that made that possible for them to be addicted to it. That could probably be the case. Amazing video on Super Smash Brothers. Oh yes, you've been watching my Smash Brothers video? Yes, that's a classic video that I still enjoy to this day. I would say all of my reviews you sorting should check out if you haven't. If you haven't, there are the videos I focus the most energy on, and they are the Sephiroth Sword 57 show and Sephiroth Sword 57 Gaiden are my magnum opus, and you should check them out. How is Joachim doing? He is doing fine. I haven't talked to him in about 2 weeks, but last time I talked to him, he was going to play some kind of game that came out on PC. I don't. Oh, Sayana-chan, arigatou gozaimasu for the follow. Seph-sama, have you played JRPG games? I have played JRPG games, but I could never get into it. Am I a baka? Should I give up on life? No, you should play more JRPGs. Here's what I think it is. I think you have been manipulated by Western games and how they function. Most of them try to poison you with bad stories and bad gameplay. So when you are encountered with a game where you need to think and where you actually need to put effort into what you're doing, because the gameplay is complex and interesting, you don't know. Your brain doesn't know how to react. So what happens is that you don't know what to do and you can't get into it. All you need to do is push through, and that poison of Western game design philosophy will be out of your brain. And you will never be able to play Western games again, which is a good thing because they are only made as products and they have no art in them whatsoever. They were made to make money and there is no passion in them. Japanese games, on the other hand. Oh, Tazig-san, arigatou gozaimasu for the follow. Pancake-san, arigatou gozaimasu for the follow. Joa-san, hi, I'm new to the channel. Could I get a hi? Arigato for watching. Oh. Doru-san, arigatou gozaimasu for the follow. Oh, I missed a comment here. Hello, Seph-sama. What have you in store this fine day? I don't know if I saw that, if I might have missed that. For today, I'm just going to sit here and talk, like we've been doing. I think you swordlings have a lot of questions that I have answers to, so I think that's really good. Toru-san, arigato for subscribing. Are you Japanese? Spiritually, yes, I am. And I believe that I might have some ancestors who are Japanese. Where it comes from the beginning. Which is most likely the case. But I am drawn naturally to Japanese culture. And I feel more Japanese than anything else. Of course, I was also born and raised in Sweden, where I reside right now, but I will be moving to Japan as soon as I can. Oh, let me read up on chat. I've been missing. Seph-sama, how long have you been training in the way of the sword? Your skills must be unparalleled under the seven heavens. I have been training with this boken I got because I wanted to start training with sword practice. I got this when I was 14 years old. I am 37. So you can figure out it's been a long time. It's been more than 20 years since I started doing Kenjutsu. Between Gogo, I'm assuming you're talking about Matsumoto Gogo from Punch Punch Forever, and Goku. Well, we don't know much about Gogo-san, other than, well, they're quite skilled in martial arts. But we don't know much else. Maybe in the future we would truly learn what level they are on. Right now I would say Goku, of course, who has so many years of development to him. What do you think of Japanese games that take inspiration from Western media, such as Metal Gear Solid by Hideo Kojima? Well, here's how it is. Japanese are very good at they're very good at taking inspiration from Western culture and improving upon it. You see that in games all the time. Now, Hideo Kojima at the current date is a baka aho who have turned his back on Japanese culture, and he is a disgrace to the Japanese people. That's right, Kojima, if you are watching this right now, kusokurai, you are a traitor to Japanese culture. And you should be ashamed of yourself. You turned your back on your own people for a bunch of Western celebrities that don't even appear in anything good in general. You should be ashamed of yourself. Anyway, the early Hideo Kojima games were very good. Metal Gear Solid was a classic on the PlayStation. Metal Gear Solid 2 was also really good, but you could see that the Western influence has started taking a hold of Kojima-san, and he was just getting worse and worse by the years. And by the end of it, he was cursed and he just act like a Westerner at this point, which is a shame. Now, there are of course, for example, a good example of Western culture that is superior in Japanese media. Just look at Norse mythology, how that is handled. Japanese people really like to use Norse mythology in their games. Character like Odin and Thor appear constantly in Japanese video games and JRPGs in general. And the designs are so good. The character designs are great. The stories are great. They really know how to do it. Seph-sama, can you tell us a tale from your adventures? I guess I could. I guess I could talk about my karate history, which I have a video on, but I can do it on stream. I just need to read up on chat a little bit. The Japanese love Vikings and Scandinavian culture. They're always making it Super Sugoi with their adaptations. Yes. And you see that Valkyrie Profile is a good example. Final Fantasy has a lot too. Just many. Vinland Saga is a good manga. A good example as well. Yes, they take a lot of inspiration from that and can improve upon it. Now, I like Norse mythology personally. I think it is very fun to begin with. A lot of great stories and such, and the Japanese understood that this is great stories that can be improved upon. Seph-sama is now a very dangerous man with all that training. Well, don't worry, I'm not dangerous to any of you watching. Just so you know, I am a very friendly person. But if you decide to be my enemy, then yes, you probably wouldn't want anything to do with me. Is all I'm going to say. And I know there are some only troll bakas out there who have been trying to argue with me a lot on the internet over the years and have always been wrong. Yes, you shouldn't. You should stop. Seph-sama, who is your favorite Japanese VTuber? Well, I'm sure some of you swordlings know who my favorite is. My absolute favorite is Inugami Korone, who's my favorite. But I like a lot of Hololive members, a lot of Hololive idols I have been watching over the year. Ayame is really kawaii and really fun, and she has a really great voice. Pekora is one of my favorites as well. Senso Hosomarin, also really fun, and a great entertainer. Shishiro Botan is also really fun. I've watched her in collaborations a lot. Watame, amazing. They're all so good. Good evening, Seph-sama. I was curious, who's your favorite Persona character across all of the games? Oh, that's a hard question. Now, I would say Futaba-san is definitely, if not my favorite, definitely up there as one of my favorites, I would say. So yes, a story from my past adventures. Well, let me talk to you swordlings about my past. So back in the day, I believe at this point I was 16, I would say, yeah, around 16, I would say. Maybe a little bit younger, maybe a little bit older, but around there. I trained most martial arts back then on my own. I had never gone to a dojo, I never been to Japan. Everything I learned online, and I learned it through watching a lot of videos. Ninjutsu, karate, judo, kenjutsu. I'm self-taught in a lot of them, and have I been to Japan? Yes, I have. I have been to Japan in 2016, and it was a great time. And yes, so back then I was 16 years old. I was always carrying this with me, my bokken. And I wanted to check out one of the karate dojos over to see how strong they were. Now, in modern karate, this is of course in competition rules, is that you can't do. There are illegal moves that they consider illegal in the martial art. And one of them is, it's where you punch. Like, you can't punch someone in the groin. You can't do that. You can't punch someone in the solar plexus, under the chin, the throat, under the nose, which is very sensitive and very dangerous. The eyes, you can't attack the eyes. The temples, of course. and right here on the chin, under the chin, it's also dangerous. In competition sense, of course. Now back then I was, you could consider, well, I consider this part of my black history, and I have not. Well, I look back on this and regret. And regret some of the stuff. And one of them is that I went in there and they were doing kumite. Kumite is, I guess, easiest explainable term would be sparring in Western culture. And what they were doing is that they were sparring to try and figure out moves. And I went in there and I thought, this is for fighting. I didn't have respect for the concept of kumite. That is what I regret the most about this. But I still think that Westerners they're being too much of babies when it comes to Japanese martial arts. They're treating it like it's some baby sport. It's not a sport. It's you are a fighter, not a sportsman. If you are you're a practitioner of a martial art. You're a martial artist who using what you've learned to fight. So, with that in mind, I went up there and I said, I want to fight, and I said, I'm going up to one of your strongest here, and it was someone around my age, who they were. I think the sensei thought I was joking or something, but I made short work of him. That other Japanese, if you can call him martial artist, not properly. I did use a lot of illegal moves, of course. I attacked in all the weak points, because it is a fight. So you're supposed to fight with everything you have, like it's a real fight and you are in danger. That's what it's supposed to be. When you're out fighting. But of course this was kumite, like I said, which you're not supposed to do that then. So I did wrong, and I was thrown out of the dojo after I beat up that person. And I was, after I tried to go to tournaments afterwards, they banned me. They didn't let me apply for it, and they banned me from karate for life. Only in Sweden, by the way. But like I said, Western martial art is not proper martial arts anyway. They don't really go over the important parts to begin with, so... But anyway... I'm the Emperor of Japan. Well, in Speeder's anime, then yes, I played the role of Emperor of Japan. But I am Sephiroth Sword 57. Or Seph-sama. Konnichiwa. Daisuke your videos. They are so educational desu, Seph-san. Well, arigato. Now, I prefer Seph-sama, or my full name, Sephiroth Sword 57. But arigato for watching my videos. There are more coming that I'm working on. How strong am I? Well, there's no real way to measure strength in that way, unless there was a way to for us to use, well, a way to measure our power levels, which it would be for our, we don't have that kind of technology here, so there's no way to really find out. But I am quite strong, and I've been training martial arts for many years, so I consider myself a pretty strong martial artist. My apologies, Seph-sama. I should never make that mistake again. Gomenasai. Don't worry. So yes, I have been very. I've been doing martial arts for a long time, as I've said before. Now, Ikkyu-san, we're only speaking English here, so that all the viewer can understand. Seph-sama's power level are surely over 9,000. Well, that's what I'm thinking. Well, it depends on what kind of what would be what it's based off of, because I am a human being. First and foremost, I think so. So, we don't know what it would be based off of. If it would be the same as it is in Dragon Ball. O genki desu ka? Yes, I am doing great. Arigato, Doki-san. But yes, keep it in English, everyone. Hello from New England, Seph-sama. Well, yokoso. Seph-sama, do you know CDogVA and other vloggers, YouTubers, content creators in Japan? Well, I made a video on that baka CDogVA, who pretends that he is some kind of authority on tea. I've made a video talking and dismantling his arguments in that, and proving that he's a fool. He's a baka who complains about Japanese culture all the time. I've seen his videos. Now, if he would like to defend himself from, if he has some kind of defense, and that could prove that he actually appreciates Japanese culture, he is free to do that. But he hasn't even answered my video, which probably means that I'm right. Are you fluent in the beautiful language of the Japanese? Yes, I reached N1 level in the Japanese proficiency test. So I am on the same level as a Japanese person. Yes, I speak Japanese. Have you heard of Shadiversity and Scalagrim? They are content creators on YouTube. I've heard the names. I think I recognize the second one, but no, I have not seen any of them. I don't know what they do or what or anything. But the name sounds familiar. But yes, I am. Oh, arigato Vome-san. Yes, there's a link to the CDogVA video right there for those of you who wants to watch it. Do you like Demon Slayer? Yes, it is very sugoi. Now, I haven't kept up with the anime, but I read quite a bit of the manga, and it is very good. Seph-sama, what do you think of the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki? I've already talked about it in the last video, but it's one of the greatest sins of humanity, and well, I guess it's a good point to mention what I said in the video. If you are an American who are feeling remorse, because some Americans don't, because they are psychopaths who only care about themselves. But if you feel remorse for what happened, make sure that if you are in Japan that you apologize to the Japanese citizens for what your country done to the country of Japan in the past. Japanese people are very forgiving, but you need to show them respect and show them that you have remorse for what happened. But yes, it is terrible. Seph-sama, could you please wish my dear Nakama, Adam-san, a very safe and bountiful adventure to the land of Germany with his Okasan? Arigato gozaimasu. Well, Adam-san, I hope you have a great adventure in Germany, was it? Yes, in that country. Arigato. Okay, where's the music? There it is. Oh, the playlist there is over. There we go. We're back. Seph-sama, what is your opinion on the Hololive creator, Nekomata Okayu? She is very great. She's great. She does a lot of. She's very close to Koro-san, and she's very fun, and she has a really great voice, as I'm sure most of you Swordlings would agree with me on. Yes, I love the Holo members. The Japanese ones, of course. Hololive is so great. I would love to do a collaborations with them in the future. Seph-sama, did you know that in 1868 Meiji signed a treaty with Sweden, which was the first treaty the Meiji government made with a foreign state, Super Sugoi? Yes, I know. That is mostly because Sweden and Japan are pretty similar in a lot of social aspects. The country has a lot in common with Japan, and how the people, just behaviors and such. So yes, we're very much alike in a lot of ways, which is why it was so easy to adapt. This is so I don't know what that means. Hoppe-san, I'm not sure what that means. Seph-sama, do you bow out of respect in Sweden? No, because it's not part of our culture. Though I wish we would adapt it, because shaking hands brings so much bacteria onto other people. And especially after the big pandemic, we should know better. We shouldn't be touching other people's hands we don't know, or just other people in general. We should keep a distance, and bowing is a more respectful and just cleaner way of showing gratitude and respect for someone. It's weird that we haven't adapted that. And people also stopped wearing masks even when they're sick. What is wrong with Westerners? In Japan, they wear masks as soon as they get sick. If they get a cold, they wear it because they respect other people. I guess it's because Westerners are narcissists at the core. So they only care about themselves first and foremost. You have to train Westerners into becoming more sympathetic people who cares about people around them. Seph-sama, what do you think about Nippon being in the United States sphere of influence? Do you plan on breaking it in your lifetime? Well, no, it doesn't really... Well, it would be good to do it, but it doesn't really affect Japanese culture or Japanese people in any way. So it's fine. Are you also aware of Sweden Hills? Yes, I am. I have not gone there, but it is a place I'm probably going to visit at some point, just out of curiosity. Now, of course, I want to first and foremost see Japanese culture. I can see Swedish culture anytime I want here, but when I move to Japan eventually, I'm definitely gonna check it out to see what it's like. Westerners are always me, me, me. They never think of others. Well, a lot of Westerners, yes, are like that. Now, I know you watching are not like that. You Swordlings are respectful people who care about the people around you. Oh, my Swordlings, let me go get something to drink real quick. Oh. Hold on. Yosh! I had some Pepsi left. My Swordlings, are you still there? Have the stream stopped? I hope not. No, we're still live. What part of Japan moved you to Seph-sama? Well, first and foremost, I would just like to move to Tokyo to be able to absorb the Tokyo atmosphere. But eventually I would want to move to the countryside. That is when I have once I found my my partner that I want to spend the rest of my life with. I would be moving out to the countryside in Japan. Into a nice house there. Would you support Japan if they attempted to retake Korea? Well, they wouldn't do that, would they? There's no reason for them to do that at the moment. If they would, I'm sure that Korea would just merge with Japan. Korea has a lot in common with Japan to begin with. South Korea. And I'm sure they would gladly do it. A lot of things in South Korea is just stuff that is in Japan. They've adapted manga, anime, music. They are very much taken from Japanese culture. I'm sure they would find it very that would probably be a lot of people's dream. But forcefully, no. Japan would not do that. Oh, I don't have any more damine. I still have. I still have the bottle, though. Seph-sama, are you fluent speaking in Japanese? Yes, I said it earlier. I am fluent in Japanese, and I am at level N1 on the Japanese language proficiency test, which means I am just like a Japanese person when it comes to speaking Japanese. Seph-sama, how do you feel? I'm gonna move this. How do you take the ball from the ramen bottle? Well, you don't really. You can open it up, but you don't really need to. There's no reason to, unless you wanna use it for something. If you didn't know, ramen has this glass ball in there. For those of you who haven't, it's at the top, and you have to push it in to open the seal, and then it stays in there while you drink. But yes, dubs, you're talking about those, yes, they're bad. Just watch it in Japanese, guys. Don't sit down and watch English dubbed things. You're ruining the experience. You're not watching it properly. It should be viewed in the original language. Just like everything. A lot of people are divided on which city is the capital of Japan, Kyoto or Tokyo, since the emperor never officially signed the paper saying Tokyo is the new capital. It is the new capital. Kyoto was the capital for the longest time, and it is considered, well, it is considered to be on the same level as Tokyo, but it is Tokyo that is the capital, and that is what Japanese people think it is as well. But yes, I have a lot of things planned, my swordlings. At this point, I realized this channel, it would be hard to focusing on this channel and anything else in my free time. My current work schedule. So I'm going to put a lot of focus into making content at the moment. Once I'm done with work, I'm gonna sit down and work on content for both the channel and the Patreon. So you will see some stuff coming up. It will be all kinds of different stuff. If you swordlings have any suggestion of content you would like me to make, outside of the typical, of course, the reviews, I know a lot of swordlings are asking for where is Gaiden episode 2, and I am working on that one as well. But there are also other content that I might not have considered. So, of course, any of you swordlings can give me suggestions for something you think it would be cool for me to cover. Seph-sama, how are you so wise in the ways of Japan? I assume you're naturally gifted, almost as if you were the main character. I don't know. This is just the way I was born. Now, of course, I don't consider myself Seph-sama until I was 14 years old, and when I found Naruto in my school library and I started reading, that's the day I consider myself to be Seph-sama, the one I am today. But I learned a lot through my previous years as well, since I was younger. So Keiko-san, konnichiwa, welcome. Oh, arigatou, Vomi-san. Yes, you can check out those links to videos that I've made in the past. And also, my swordlings, you watching the video right now, make sure to like the video so that more people can watch the streams and the videos as well. It helps us the channel immensely by liking it. And of course, leaving a comment if you want, but just liking the video helps out a lot. Oh, how long have we been going? Almost 2 hours. That's good. Does Sweden have Japanese community there? No, not really. Which is a shame. We should have some kind of. We don't. I tried to learn Japanese. I was asking for me to have Japanese as an option when I was in school, but they just didn't have the resources. There weren't any Japanese teachers. It is not very common, even though the cultures in some aspect are very similar. There unfortunately isn't a lot of Japanese people in Sweden. Karo-san, Seph-sama, did you know Mexico has a lot of Japan appreciators? My mom watched Miyazaki's Heidi anime growing up, and uncle watched Ultraman and Godzilla as a kid. Yes, I have heard that. I've heard that they have adapted a lot of Japanese stuff to Mexico and other parts of the world. I believe some part of Europe. Of course, here we also got a lot of anime and stuff. They were translated into our languages. Now, of course, that's not the best way to experience those. But the fact that we could, as young, have the option to watch anime and read manga, that was really great. Manga should be mandatory in the American school curriculum because it's Sugoi, and they need to atone for the atrocities that took place at Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Well, I think Japanese culture should be adapted everywhere. We could learn a lot from Japanese culture, and we all know that. Seph-sama, have you been to the land of the rising sun? Yes, I went there in 2016. Have you thought about eating Japanese snacks and tell us how they are? I would name the box, but they are not paying you yet. I would name the box. I'm not sure what that means. Well, I would like to try Japanese snacks on stream. That's thing-san. That is actually something that have been requested that I do. And I would love to, but that means I have to order a bunch of different kind of Japanese snacks, and they're not only hard to come by, but they have to be shipped, and it's expensive, and I don't have the money for that. But it would be great. It would be really. That's a great idea that I want to do for a stream or a video. What else? Yes, tier list was one that people mentioned as well. Seph-sama, what is the best anime of 2023? Well, we don't know that yet, but the best one I've been watching would be Mushoku Tensei Season 2, which has been really sugoi. Oh, arigatou, Wami-san. Yes, there's a lot of good anime, and Naruto is coming out next month, my swordlings. Make sure to put it down in your calendar so you don't miss it. That's gonna be great. They do have a box, but I do not know how expensive it is. Sakurako, I believe, has boxes. Okay. Well, I would be looking into it. That sounds... So it's like a box of different kind of Japanese snacks? because that would be a good idea. Seph-sama, what is your opinion of Kanye West? Oh, Kanye West-san. He's some Westerner, a musician or something. I don't know anything about. I don't know. I couldn't give you an answer there. I don't even know who they are. But yes, it would be a great idea. I would love to get. Oh, maybe I can get Joachim to be part of it too. He could also have some snacks. I could either do it on stream or I could do a video with Joachim, maybe. Once he is free, one day. I'm sure he would love Japanese snacks as well. We've actually never had, outside of Pocky, we haven't really had a lot of Japanese snacks together. The boxes are local and handmade. Oh, naruhodo, that's interesting. Oh, well, that is something I would like. So it's local snacks? Now we're talking. What do you think about the future of Japan? My friend in Japan said the economy is crumbling down fast. As an example, he showed me currently top 50 companies in the world. Only one was Japanese. That's not true. Japan is great. And even the whole world right now is a bit in a... Well, we've gone down a little bit, but we will get back up, and Japan is one of them. So don't worry. Seph-sama, do you know the Japan Weather News anchor girl have recently famous in social media? I have heard of that. I haven't looked into it too much. I need to look into it more. How do you feel about Oppenheimer? Well, I'm not going to watch it because I don't want to glorify mass murderers. So I'm not going to watch it, and I would advise that you, Swordlings, don't watch it either. Gas station sushi is very oishi. You should try some of the easily accessible Japanese cuisine. I believe you meant the kombini sushi, which there are a lot of. I went there. I went to Family Mart. I went to 7-Eleven, and they were all great. I picked sushi there, and they were good. Of course, you will get better if you went to an actual sushi restaurant, but for being able to have access to it every hour of the day, wow, you get it's quite amazing. Would you like a link to the snack box, Seph-sama? I would very much appreciate it. I don't know if you can link things. Hopefully you can. And it's not something that mods can only do. But I would very much appreciate it. If you can't, I'm pretty sure you should be, though. But if you can't, you can send it to me on Twitter or any other media I have, so I can give it a look. Hopefully it works. But yes, eating snacks would be really fun. I have a lot of other ideas that I can talk about. Because I want it to be a surprise. Yes, arigato Vomi-san. Right there. If Sing-san, if you can't link, then you can reach out to me there. Yes, it's a dangerous man. Yes, I wouldn't like to talk about it. It's a very sensitive topic for me. That Oppenheimer guy. But yes, there's been so many things happening recently. It's hard to. I might even miss some of the stuff that we've talked about. I went over most though. There's the new Naruto anime. Oh, I can't wait. That's gonna be great. What else? Seph-sama, do you find it difficult to watch Try Not to Sing or Dance anime opening compilation? I have not tried that, but I'm sure it would be very hard. I would definitely be singing along to a lot of those. Ads? Have I watched Boruto? Yes, I have. And I have also read the manga. Quite a bit. And I am getting... I need to catch up to that as well. Like I've said before, I don't have the time anymore to read a lot of manga, watch a lot of anime, or play JRPGs. And it's gonna be harder now since I'm going to be focusing only on the channel and making content. Unless the content is watching anime, well... But yes, I have a lot of things I want to do. And if I'm able to be able to make a decent income from YouTube, I can start working part-time again. And that would be great. I have a different job that is available to me to switch to if I want to, which is also a forklift job, but the pay isn't as much. It's only a few hours a day. But if I can get half of my income from YouTube and half of the income from my job, then that would be Super Sugoi. And I will be able to focus most of my time on content. It would be a Sugoi video. I would love to watch your iron will fight our natural instinct to sing traditional Japanese songs like Shingeki no Kyojin opening. Yes, it would be. Konnichiwa, Seph-sama. I am honored to now be a super swordling on your Patreon. Arigato gozaimasu for the content. No, Sandy-san, arigato gozaimasu to you for becoming a super swordling on the Patreon. You can expect some exclusive content on there soon. In fact, keep an eye out tomorrow for something special. And of course, if any of you swordlings want to support me on Patreon, there's a link in the description where you can go and support my content, which there will be more of. Seph-sama, I just noticed your beard is pretty much back 100%. Win-san, yokoso. How long ago was it that you completely shaved it for the interview? Completely No, I haven't completely shaved it. I have trimmed my beard in the past, but I haven't shaved all of it. I trimmed, that was a 1.5 months ago or something. Something like that. Seph-sama, have you ever cosplayed as Kamina from Gurren Lagann? You already look just like him. Really? Well, I have not. I don't do cosplay because I don't need to dress up and pretend to be other characters. I'm comfortable being the way I am, but I have respect for people who do cosplay and become other characters. A lot of them do a really good job, and it looks really great. Do Sweden have cosplay events? On conventions, then yes, that has happened. I haven't been on a convention in many years. The last one was a gaming convention, and there was a few cosplayers there that were really good. But yes, personally I don't do cosplay, but I think it's neat. Now, if I would do it for a role, let's say, for example, if I did it for a movie or something, or like I did for Speedo-san, for a role, then I would definitely do cosplay. Seph-sama, how are you? This is my first time having the honor of speaking to you, and let the honor not be wasted on me. I beg you, let me ask you a question. How did you get involved with Punch Punch or Punch Punch Forever? Ah, Niku-san. Well, I'm glad you're asking a question, and welcome to the stream. How I got involved? Well, Speedo is a long-time swordling and has been a big fan of me for many years. So they asked me if I wanted to be a part of it and do a little role. And I thought, oh, that sounds very Sugoi. And it was an anime, yes, of course. It was very fun. Are you going to be live for much longer? Bomi-san, I'll probably be live for a bit longer. Oh, it is pretty late. Yes, if you need to go to bed, that's alright. You've been here since the beginning of the stream. Oh, I see Win-san is here as well. Yes. There are other swordlings here who can take over, if that is the case. The beard was quite low for the interview, I remember. Not completely shaved. I used the wrong words. Your beard regen rate is very fast, as expected for a level 100 player. Well, yes, it does grow quite fast. Because I've taken care of it over the years. Sent the link to your Twitter, Seph-sama. Sorry it took long. I'm not used to Twitter. Don't worry. 心配しないで. There's no worry. I will check that out. Yes, we need Seph-sama to star in a full-length movie right away. I would definitely do that. That sounds like fun. If I could have a role that has to do with Japanese culture, that would be great. Now let's see here. I don't see any. Think-san, did you really send me something? I don't have any notifications or messages. Was that the wrong account? I don't think. I'm pretty sure. Omi-san wouldn't send me wouldn't send the no. Omi-san sent the right link. Very strange. I've recently finished Dragon Ball Z Kakaroto. Sugoi game. I bought it thanks to you. Oh, Goku-san, really? That sounds really good. I should go back to playing it. I haven't played it since, well, I streamed it. Because, well, it ruined my time because the names were so baka in it. Seph-sama, you look like Andrew Bowser. I don't know who that is. Had to resend the message. Okay. There we go. Okay, so I got a message now. Sakurako. Let's see. Oh. this looks really Sugoi. My swordlings. Let me link this. Arigato for that. You swordlings might want to see this as well. Check that out. Oh, and also, Oh, Kingu-san, gomenasai, I must have missed your message. Are you looking forward to the Pluto anime or Uzumaki anime? Pluto would be really Sugoi. I have not read the manga. I am surprised they went with Pluto and not the 20th Century Boys, since that is also a manga by the same creator. Oh, what? This looks really Sugoi. But yes, I'm looking forward to it. Let's see here. How do you feel about the new Armored Core game coming soon? Well, since it's made by Miyazaki and the current From Software, I'm going to not play it. Because they're going to introduce a lot of baka Dark Souls gameplay in it, and I'm not going to play that. I'm not going to support the current From Software. It's probably gonna be like a Western game, just like the Dark Souls games. Now, hopefully, there are other talents on there and the game isn't baka, but we will have to wait and see. I don't trust that Miyazaki person on there to make anything right. Seph-sama, you look very much like Admiral Fujitora from One Piece. Could it be that Eiichiro Oda-san based his design off of your likeness? I don't know, maybe. But I do know that Square Enix based my design off of a character. Do you swordlings know? Who? I'm sure some of you swordlings know. Sephiroth, of course. No. Not because of my name, but I know for a fact that Square Enix are fans of me. Let me get a good picture of him. Oh, this is decent. Hint, it's from Final Fantasy 15. Omi-san, you're giving too much away. But yes, this is Ardyn Asuna from Final Fantasy 15. You can see the resemblance, right? It's clear that they based this character off my character design. Just look. Let's keep him up here for the stream. That's good. Who is worse, Miyazaki or Kojima? Which one of them still has a chance of redemption? Well, that would be Kojima. Well, Kojima having the chance for redemption. You can see that he doesn't. He has been manipulated by Western media, and slowly turned evil, while Miyazaki had been evil from the beginning, and want to destroy Western Japanese culture. Yes, when it comes to Discord server, I'm gonna mention it again. I need to bring it up every time. It disappeared out of nowhere, and I haven't opened up a new Discord server. A lot of Swordlings like the Discord server, but I don't have time to take care of a server. If anyone else wants to, that's fine. You can come in contact with me if you want to be the owner of a Sephiroth Sword 57 fan server. That is totally fine, and any one of you can do that. I will promote that server too, so other Swordlings can join if you want to. Just send me you can send me a message on Twitter or X, or send an email, which my email is available on my channel in the About section. And I also have Discord where you can add me if you want to. I had some really baka people in there, so I had to remove those people because they were annoying. Seph-sama, what devil fruit would you eat? That is a hard question. Any one of them would be fun, of course. Any one of them would be great and interesting to use. Oh, Johnson. Well, the reason why back in the day I created the Sephiroth Sword 57 account on the internet. That was my username, and on the forum there was already, I couldn't use just Sephiroth Sword 57 or just Sephiroth Sword. I wanted Sephiroth Katana at first, but since Westerners were on there and they wouldn't understand it, so I went with Sephiroth Sword and then added 57 just to make sure that it wasn't. I couldn't just have Sephiroth Sword. There was already someone on there who had that. So yes, Sephiroth Sword 57 is my username, and it has been for many years, since the early days of the internet. So yes, what else? Do you think watching Western movies like Star Wars in Japanese is a good idea? Maybe in Japanese those movies are at least passable. Well, you should definitely. It would be a better experience. That's what I usually do when I have to watch. When I'm at my parents' place, sometimes they want to watch a series or a movie, and I get so bored, so I turn on the subtitles and turn the language to Japanese, so that it becomes more manageable for me. I was under the impression you wanted to use the nick Masamune, but was worried Westerners would not get the reference. That was what I first did, and then I went with Sephiroth Katana. But then I thought, well, I think I'm just gonna go with Sephiroth Sword. It would be easier to do. Oh. Oh, the stream. Oh, the stream is going weird. My swordlings. Whoa, what's going on? It's turning red. And it says that the viewing experience is bad. How does the stream look for you, my swordlings? Oh, we should be... No. It keeps doing it. I can't turn... If I turn the stream off, then everything would just stop. The stream died for a second. Is it back? It keeps turning red. It's lagging. Work! Why? Why? What's... It's okay now. But it's turning red. I see the red. What is this baka? It's better now? Stay! No. Okay. Well, we're back. Why is the internet like this? Is it Twitch or is it my internet? I don't know. It's improving. I see it turning red. I'm getting angry. Work. Well, let's keep talking. I can't turn it off. If I turn it off, the whole stream is done, and I have to start a new one, and it would start on a new link, and everything would be ruined. So I can't do that. I can't turn it off or turn it on again. I can't. Well-san, yokoso to the stream. This wouldn't happen if YouTube was a Japanese company. Yes, it's true. It would be working. Well, we just have to deal with it for now. Is it still bad, my swordlings? How bad is it? Let me know if it's improving, if it's getting worse. Is it good? I don't know. Oh. It should be good now. It's green now. It's back to normal. Minasan, are you there? It's completely green now. Can we get a "this is absolutely Sugoi" for the chat? This is absolutely Sugoi. Seems better. It should be. It's completely fine. Now, it's green. YouTube says it's excellent connection. Twitch is saying excellent. Yes, it should be good now. There shouldn't be any problem. Right, YouTube? No problems? Well, let me do it again. This is absolutely Sugoi. Shion-san, yokoso. Ohayo. That's better. Oh, well, we're back to normal, my swordlings. Wait, is there something wrong with the sound now? My swordlings, try reloading. Try reloading the page. It should be fine now. Well, it should be. I don't want to do... What if I say change scene? Hold on. I don't think that's gonna change anything. Okay. Is it still bad? If video is fine and the audio is weird, then let me know. Maybe I have to do a new one. Yada yada. Well, it's fine. Oh. Seph-sama, do you think evil pirates that steal from Nintendo should be executed? What punishment is suitable for such heinous crimes? From Nintendo? Well, I don't mind people stealing from criminals, so that shouldn't be an issue, but the issue is that they could do this to other actual Japanese companies. And the pirates in general should be in jail. They are stealing stuff that people made through hard work and passion, and you think you can get it for free. That's not how the world works. And if you pirate things outside of Nintendo, then you need to turn yourself in, because you are a criminal. But Nintendo are the ones who should be in jail to begin with. So I prefer Seph-sama. Seph-sama or Sephiroth Sword 57, Johnson. Have you ever had to use the blade in self-defense? Yes, I had once. I was attacked by 4 men when I was on my way home. And let's just say I could walk home in without any injuries whatsoever. What about Mother 3? That game is Sugoi. Isn't that a Nintendo game? In that case, no. It's... I believe I've seen one of them, and it looked like a baby game that tried to disguise itself as an RPG, a JRPG. It looked really embarrassing and stupid. I have not played them, but apparently they're supposed to be RPGs of some kind. I don't know. No, and when it comes to Nintendo games, you should not support them. Because it's made by Nintendo, and they don't care about you. Johnson, I told you before, it is either Seph-sama or Sephiroth Sword 57. You can call me Seph Sensei, or similar as well if you want. But I prefer that. Can we make you the CEO of Nintendo so we can finally fix them? I'd gladly be the CEO of Nintendo so I can turn in all the criminals and then close the company forever and start my own company for great games instead. Which, well, as some of you know, I am a game designer as well. I've made games in the past. And I had a game that went up on Kickstarter a few years ago. It didn't reach the goal. That's just how it is sometimes. But I have worked on games in the past, and I would like to work on games in the future as well. Oyasumi Seph-sama. It was Super Sugoi stream, but I have no more strength left. That's okay, Goku-san. Arigato for watching, and a good job moderating the chat. Oyasumi. Why is Nintendo bad? I've talked about this many times in the past. They are a partner company with the Yakuza, the criminal organization. I've been working with them since their beginning, and they work with them closely. They make bad games. Overall, all bad games that are meant to manipulate the people playing them into buying more games. They are not art. They are not creative works, and there's no passion behind them. Unless that passion is making money, of course, because that's why they're made. They're made purely for money, and they're bad games. So you should not buy them. They manipulate small children minds. Why do you think all those adults that are in their 20s and 30s who are still playing Mario games? Very strange, don't you think? They keep playing Nintendo games over and over. Why is that? Because they have been manipulated and brainwashed into playing Nintendo games. So now they are playing Nintendo games, and they are just adult children playing a bunch of games made for babies, for 3-year-olds. Yes, there's something going on there. There's something wrong. So you don't like the Yakuza games? Are you talking about Ryuga Gotoku or Like a Dragon? No, those games are made by Sega, and there are games that portray the Yakuza. They are not working for the Yakuza because they are actively criticizing the organization through those games to show how corrupt they are. They are not threatened by the Yakuza, and they have been making those games for many years. The only Nintendo game anyone should be playing is a game called None. Very clever, Rin-san. I didn't know. I need to look into this some more. But if you're right, I'm going to burn my copies. Hopefully the smog created will choke the lungs of the Yakuza. You should get rid of them and don't sell them, because if you have Nintendo games lying around and Nintendo products, you need to throw them away or hide them somewhere where you don't have access to them. You can't sell them because then other people will be affected by it. It's very important. What do you think of the Mario movie, Seph-sensei? I'm not going to watch it. It's made for small children. And it's a Nintendo product, so I'm definitely not gonna be supporting them. I'm not gonna give it a watch, and I don't care for it. and it's going to disappear from the minds of everyone, except those Nintendo fanboys who are still watching and playing baby stuff in their adult age. Very embarrassing. Were the 4 guys that attacked you were Yakuza? They were not Japanese, so I don't think so. No, they were not Yakuza, I believe. I think they were just a bunch of drunk idiots out and about, trying to start things with people. Seph-sama, I just smashed my Nintendo Switch, but now I can't support indie developers. What should I do? You should buy them on platforms that matters, like the PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5. And if you lack any kind of system and you have to resort to something, I guess you can still support them on a PC if you have that. Which most people have, in case you don't have a real gaming system and have to resort to using a PC. There is that. Seph-sensei, what is your favorite JoJo's part? For me, 4 is the most Super Sugoi. For me, it is part 3, Stardust Crusaders. It's classic. It introduces the concept of stando, and it's very fun. It's a great adventure. But I like all of JoJo. It's all really fun. Of course, it doesn't reach the heights of anime such as Naruto and stuff like that, but it's still good. Okay, it looks like everything is back to normal. How does the stream look, my swordlings? It looks fine, right? Have you played any Suikoden games? Oh, have I? I played Suikoden 1 back in the day. Me and my friend Joachim. A good friend of mine, a childhood friend who's been on the channel before many times. We bought Suikoden 1 when it was on sale. They were selling the games for $20. It was one of those, you know, those bins where they have a bunch of games, and it was the late 90s or early 2000. I believe it might have been 2000 or 99 or somewhere around that time. And we went there and we looked around, and we saw this bin filled with PlayStation games. Now, a lot of them were baka games, just Western boring games, but there were a few gems in there, and some of them we already had. But Suikoden was in there, the first Suikoden game, which has already been out for many years already, so it made sense. So we were able to buy a copy each for only $20, and it wasn't a greatest hits or anything like that. It was an original copy of the game. I don't own it anymore, sadly. I had to sell it with the rest of my collection that I had. Now I still have some games left, of course, that I hold very dear, but Suikoden 1, Yes, that's a classic. Sensei, do you ride bicycle? I don't. I used to have one when I was younger, but I stopped doing that. Stream looks Sugoi. Oh, that's great. Original games goes for a lot, that's for sure. Yes, they do. And Suikoden, yes, great series. I played all of them. All the original mainline games. I played them all. Do you keep up with One Piece, Seph-sensei? I do not keep up with it, but I have read a lot of One Piece and watched a lot of the anime too. I don't remember what chapter I was on, but it was nowhere near chapter 1000, so I am pretty far behind on One Piece. But I am going to get back into it when I have more time. It is a very good manga. Let me look at the stream real quick. Okay, looks good. I just wanted to make sure what it looked like. All right. I did math of how long it would take to watch all the episodes so far. It would take 2.5 years to catch up completely for One Piece. Really? Wow. Yeah, that is a lot. Do I live in Japan? No, sadly I don't. I will be moving there though. I will be moving to Japan. As soon as my YouTube career, I have figured out that once I've reached 1 million subscribers on YouTube, I will most likely have enough income to be able to move to Japan and live there. Seph-sama, can you give me some advice on my previous comment? Okay, Seph-sama, my grandma fell down the stairs and died. It kind of reminded me of Kuina in One Piece. Oh, that's right. Yes, I do remember that. Should I forward her estate information to Oda-san so he can sue? Well, I'm sure Oda-san would not do that. He's not Nintendo after all. I'm sure if it was related to a Nintendo property, they would sue without even asking, without even thinking. Honky-san, yokoso. Yes, so for anyone who is watching on YouTube right now, there are people live on Twitch as well. If you're wondering if you see comments, if you prefer Twitch, you can switch to my Twitch channel if you want. which is Seph Sword 57. I actually don't have... Oh, actually, I guess I can link that. Oh, well, I guess... Well, Wami-san is faster... is the fast one, still. Well, arigato for that. But I know that some people might be preferring Twitch. They might wanna use that instead. Twitch lacks a lot of Sugoi Japanese content, such as yours. Very baka. There are most Japanese content creators are on YouTube, it's true. And Twitch is missing a lot of things. I do think YouTube could do better though. But I do know there's a lot of swordlings on there. What about visiting? I only been there once. Visited my brother, who is an English teacher in Matsue, in Shimane Prefecture. It is very rural, but beautiful place. Yes, it is. I have been visiting. I went to Japan in 2016, and it was the best country I ever been to. And I knew I would be moving there, but the next time I go there will be on a visit. And I will be making content when I'm there for you swordlings. Seph-sama, long-time fan. Have you ever heard of a guy called Tamers12345? I've heard the name before. I bet you would love his content. I've heard the name. I guess I have to check them out. Let's see. Yes, are there any Twitch swordlings watching right now? I see that there are swordlings on YouTube, of course. Also, Project Sun, yokoso to the stream. I have been live for about almost 3 hours now. Wow. English teachers in Japan are kind of barui, dictating Japan's culture with their inferior language. Everywhere else should learn Japanese. Yes, I agree. I don't know why they have to learn English to begin with, when Japanese is a much better language. There is, and I've heard also that a lot of English teachers are very baka. Because they're abusing the system, that they're coming to Japan to learn English only to get access to the country so they can live there. And they don't care. They just want to go to Japan and abuse the system. Awful, disgusting people that should be thrown out of the country. They are the reasons why some Westerners can't get apartments in Japan, because they can't trust Westerners. They take apartments in Japan and then they leave all of a sudden without even saying anything, and make troubles for the Japanese. Very, very awful. Have you considered being an English teaching assistant as a job in Japan? That's how my brother got his footing there. Your English is very clear spoken, Seph-sama. Well, arigato, Gai-san. My brother is not, I assure you. Okay, well that's good. He has a wife and child over there, pays his dues. Well, that's good. Without even saying goodbye? Rude gaijin. Yes. Disgusting behavior. Have you ever heard of the guitar player Marty Friedman? He played in an American metal band but moved to Japan and became a big superstar there. I recognize the name, but I don't know too much about it. I'm Seph. I'm safe. I'm Asian. Shout out to my fellow Asian watching Seph-sama. Live stream. Love from Philippines. Oh, you're from there. Okay. That is very Sugoi. Well, I hope you enjoyed the stream. Oh, I would like to know right now, my swordlings, everyone watching the stream right now, what time is it over where you are right now? For me, it's 5:01 a.m. What about you swordlings? Five? Okay. 1 p.m. 11 a.m. Yes, that makes sense. So it's earlier in the morning. 5 a.m. as well. Time to start getting ready for work. Oh, Vomi-san, you've been doing great. And now it's time for work. Wow. Well, I won't be live for much longer. So, I wanted to know how long this stream. This was a late night stream. It is 8 p.m. here in the desert. Naruhodo. The only time zone that matters is Japan's. But I would like to follow the Japan timeline, to have the Japanese swordlings watching too. But unfortunately, I watched the analytics and there are not a lot of Japanese swordlings, unfortunately. I have gotten more Japanese swordlings though, over on Twitter and on the YouTube as well. I've gotten some Japanese people there. So it is growing, but most viewers are actually Westerners. Probably because they want to learn more about Japanese culture and how they can improve their own culture through Japanese culture, which is good. So, my swordlings, this has been a great stream. We don't allow those kind of words here. We don't allow the W slur here. I thought I banned the word, but I guess it's not banned. We don't use those words here. Arigato, Vomi-san. The W slur should not be used as it is offensive. It is offensive to otakus and Japan fans like us. And you shouldn't be harassed for just liking a great culture. So don't do that. But that is okay, D-san. You probably didn't know. And now you know. But yes, my swordlings. It is 5 a.m. It is very late. But like the stream if you haven't already, my swordlings. Go ahead and like the stream. And of course, if you aren't subscribed, which I'm sure you are, or followed, go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel or follow the Twitch channel. Can you add it to your rules in the description to avoid any issues? I will, yes. Good, that's a good addition to the rules, so that people can read. There is one in the description, are of course the rules. Anyway, yes. Arigato for watching this stream. And if you want to support me further, there is Patreon, which you can find a link to in the description, where you can become a Super Swordling for $5 a month and gain access to exclusive content. There's gonna be quite a few of those soon. Well, arigato for watching the streams. And this stream in particular, my swordlings. And this is the end of the stream. But I hope that you, swordlings, have a good night, evening, morning, or day. And I will see you in the next video or stream. Moshi mosh!